What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We have a few little announcements before we get started today. The first little thing is we have actually decided to rebrand and change from Crunch Time Podcast to the JTW Sports Show. It's a super cool opportunity for all of us, and it'll be coming with some special perks and everything for you guys, including some possible merch stuff going on pretty soon. We got some stuff in the making, and we're gonna get it right.
Free
But
giveaway.
today we want to get started with some huge, very depressing news coming from an Atlanta Falcons fan. The greatest receiver in franchise history, Julio Jones, has been traded to the Tennessee Titans. You guys want to give your opinions on it?
I think you should go first since you are a Falcons fan.
I want your opinion, Jim, but I want the unbiased version. Then give me the biased version.
No, I'll give you my. I mean, from a Falcons fan, obviously it sucks. It's our generational talent, best player in franchise history. Um, he's done so much for our organization and for the Falcons as a whole. And it really sucks to see someone like this go. But to be honest, like he he wanted out, and I kind of have a lot of respect for the Falcons organization for giving him what he wanted in this situation. Not only did he want out, but he had certain requests for the front office, and we granted it to him. So that's pretty cool. We probably could have got a little bit more than we did. The details of the trade are a 2022 second round pick, as well as a 2023 fourth round pick in exchange for the star receiver Julio Jones, as well as a sixth round pick. Um, Again, it seems like not a lot for such a great talent in Julio Jones, but he came out to say that he wasn't happy. He wanted to leave. That kind of ruined his trade stock a little bit. But at the end of the day, the deal's a deal. We're gonna have to learn to play without Julio Jones.
Yeah, I think that where you talked about getting more for Julio, they got a second, a fourth, and a sixth. So I think you either get a second, a fourth, and a sixth, or they were going to get a first and a third.
Well, we didn't
You know
even
what I'm
get the
saying?
sixth. We're giving up the sixth.
Yeah, they're giving up the six, I thought.
So we're
Oh,
giving
yeah.
up
Either way, I called this the other day. I told you I don't believe he was worth the first round pick. And watching some of the other sports shows out there, especially on ESPN, they were saying that anonymously front offices were coming out saying they didn't want Julio because of apparently his work ethic, like not practicing and stuff like that, that they didn't want Julio, which I understand. He was nicknamed the end zone virgin amongst the Falcons locker room. I mean,
His problem is the last couple of years, like when he plays, yes, he's still a top 5 receiver, but he's missed a couple games. And or not even that. It's just I don't even think he's actually missed that many games.
he just can't find the end zone.
But he's not as good as he used to be, but he's still really good.
his age
And
is
I
definitely showing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you carry on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think he can still be like, really, really good, but I think it's one of those things where a team that a team would have to be like right there to give them a first round pick.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
And-
it would have had to be a team like, for instance, just a random like Kansas City to have like that one extra player. But the Titans, I think to Julio going there, we talked about it, a little bit ago before the show. He is going to benefit Ryan Tannehill and that offense a lot, but he's also not going to put up the numbers that he was putting up, in Atlanta.
It's definitely gonna. It's obviously you have arguably the best running back in the game right now, Derrick Henry.
Second best.
I mean, it's if anything, you're just opening up the box for him. What'd you say? Say something about Christian McCaffrey.
I said second best.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook maybe can attest to that. No, but
Shout out Dalvin
I've
Cook.
always believed that Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league. He's an amazing talent.
Pure running
but-
back, yes. Pure running back, yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's more to it. I like Christian McCaffrey a lot. Alvin Kamara dudes like that, but Derrick Henry's a
Just leaving Melvin Gordon out of the talk. I mean,
Yeah, he hasn't been
Yeah,
in the
for sure.
conversation in a while.
But all this is going to do is really open up the box for Derrick Henry. I mean, now teams can't put 7-man, 8-man boxes in as often as they would because not only do you have A.J. Brown, who's a huge, great deep threat, but now instead of Corey Davis, You got Julio Jones.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I was gonna mention how they did lose Corey Davis, and they didn't bring anybody in, so they didn't draft any
They needed that next.
they needed to bring somebody in. Obviously, Julio Jones is better than Corey Davis, but they needed something else to pair with AJ Brown,
Yeah.
who I really like AJ Brown. I have him on a couple of my fantasy teams.
He puts up numbers.
Yeah.
Especially he tore something in both knees, but still kept playing throughout the entire season.
He had off-season surgery, so you don't know, I mean, they say
How that's going to affect him.
Yeah.
But if you remember, he was the big push though for as soon as Julio announced he didn't want to be in Atlanta anymore.
Yeah.
He all over his social medias, AJ Brown was pushing for, hey, come to Tennessee, like we want you here, like you're going to benefit in this offense. And
yeah.
I think Tennessee was almost there, and now I think they really are contenders. And if they are put in that situation of playing another top-ranked team, they're not going to get blown out, and they don't have to rely on just Derrick Henry running the ball now. They didn't before, but now they have those extra threats.
Yeah, hopefully they don't I don't know how to say. Hopefully they seize the opportunity to use Julio and don't keep doing what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this is enough to get them over the hunch, to get them to at least a AFC championship?
I think the AFC, speaking from a Broncos fan perspective, the AFC is very tough right now with Kansas City, Buffalo. Like the AFC has been getting better. It's not just one dominant team. They're gradually getting better each team. I think it's going to be a dogfight for the AFC championship, but I definitely have them up there now and possibly being in it. I mean, with that offense, there's no reason you shouldn't be putting up numbers.
Yeah,
I wanted to go for one more thing. With it's a tough comparison now because again, like I was saying earlier, Julio asked to have a deep threat offense. He wanted a quarterback that can throw the deep ball again, but that's no kind of insult to Matt Ryan. He's not saying, Matt Ryan couldn't do it. I want someone else who can do it because, I mean, hell, him and Matt Ryan were the greatest, deep route duo in the NFL for years. It's kind of like saying if someone wanted out of Baltimore and they want to go to a new place, but they said, I still want to have a running quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Lamar Jackson was terrible. I want, but
they want a similar offense that
what I was going to ask is, do you see Ryan Tannehill as such an improvement over Matt Ryan?
I don't, but I do think that the surrounding pieces in Tennessee are obviously better as far as an overall team. And
yeah,
I think he saw where Atlanta was going as far as kind of wanting to rebuild. I think he's probably talked to Matt Ryan, and they've probably talked about how Matt Ryan's probably not going to be there too much longer. Calvin Ridley's kind of came into his own last year.
Now they have Kyle Pitts.
They drafted Kyle Pitts. And he also, Julio still believes that he can be, the best receiver in the league, which I think those days are over. I don't think he can be the best. I think he could still be in the top 10 range, but I think
I'd almost say top 5. But then again, now you're on an offense that's different. Maybe not like you said.
So I just think that there was a lot of things that went into that. And also, I mean, he did get traded. It's not like he was like, oh, I want to go to Tennessee and that's the only team I'm going to go to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he didn't really have control in who he went to, but I do think that I don't think that it's a big upgrade from Matt Ryan to Ryan Tannehill. I think maybe the one upgrade you could say is their offense is more balanced than Atlanta's offense. Because let's be honest,
I'll give you that.
Atlanta for the last 5 years has basically been, we're going to throw the ball 40 times a game.
Yeah.
Honestly, once we got rid of Michael Turner, it's been like that. But obviously,
I mean, Devontae Freeman had a few pretty good years.
Devontae Freeman was good until he got that concussion. Then he didn't run the same afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Devontae was good, but I see Devontae Freeman more of an average back in the league.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm saying their overall the balance of their offense is a lot better.
Yeah, I feel that.
Who
knows? Maybe this can be like an Aaron Rodgers with Devontae Adams type season for Tannehill and Julio, because Aaron Jones was a fantastic running back last year, and you'd think that teams would try to balance out what and what, and hell, Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams both had fantastic seasons. So I wish Julio the best of luck. He deserves it. He deserves a championship. I don't know if Tennessee's the fit that's going to get him a championship unless they can really, really structure up their defense. But I hope the best for him. And honestly, in the Titans, it doesn't make me any less of a Falcons fan or any more of a Titans fan. But man, it sucks to see him go.
I want to ask one last thing, since this isn't our normal show. This is a short one. What do you think the deal is going to be for Julio? Like, what do you think they're going to sign him to contract-wise? A 1-year deal, or do you think they'll give him a couple years on the deal?
They have to finish out his contract that he has with the Falcons. And so if I'm right, I'm pretty sure it's until 2023. I could be wrong. Don't fact check me on that.
Yeah. He's got like 1 or 2 seasons left pretty much.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I think they're going to try to re-sign him probably to a way less structured deal just because of his age. And, who knows, maybe once he turns 35, he retires. And that's something huge to think about. And from the Falcons standpoint, he's been having so many injuries. And what if he was to retire next year? Then you kind of just give him up for nothing,
Julio, he's getting paid $15 million this year, 11.5 the next 2 years after that. And he would be a free agent in 2024.
We called it, though, that we would see the trade sometime over the weekend because it was after June 1st. We literally said it's going to happen soon. Now we're just waiting for Aaron Rodgers.
So his contract, his total is $66 million, and he's guaranteed 64 of that. So there may be a way. I think Tennessee may try to restructure that and get him to take some of that off, considering they did trade for him, and So,
who knows if part of the deal was to take away some of the contract that the Falcons still had to pay him, because trading him, the Falcons still have a big, not necessarily cap hit because we're not cutting the guy, but we still have a penalty for it.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of money that we can't, So that's why the Falcons are trying to get a deal. They're thinking. I saw many reports of them thinking about taking a 3rd-round pick, and that's it. But for a team such as the Browns or the Jaguars or even the Chargers, something like that, that can take on the salary. And that can take on not only the salary for the next 2 years, but all the remaining that the Falcons still have to do. So either way.
I'm curious to know what other teams were offering. Like, I wish, like, with trades like this, that's something that was, like, released as being like, well, this is what so-and-so was going to offer for Julio or something like that. Because I'm curious to know, like,
I'm sure it'll come out at some point.
What else came out? It'll come out eventually, probably.
The contract stuff we might not know till like maybe the end of the season next year. He'll probably play out this year on his normal deal, like he is. It's just one of those things we have to wait and see. But we just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about, the biggest thing that's happened so far in the new league year. Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson.
Whoa! The biggest thing that's happened is our name change, buddy.
I was getting to that.
God.
But just so you guys know, we are changing our name. We're excited. We're going to try to grow our audience and,
watch for merch coming soon.
The people that are watching this, that's where you come into effect. We need you to like, subscribe, share, do everything you can.
If you love the video, share it to a friend. If you didn't like it, there's the door.
And once we get this merch going, there will be some giveaways, so stay tuned for that. It should be fun, but obviously we're going to give more details later. But ways to join those giveaways are going to be if you subscribe, like, comment, all this stuff. So stay tuned.
On TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Everything.
Also, go check out Will's other channel.
We will start putting all the links. Right now we have the names, but we'll start putting all the links to all of our other social medias down below in the description. And the link to my channel will also be in the description. I got some videos planned for that, so be ready for that. But anything else? Are we good?
No, I can think of.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Till next time.